Hello guys, and happy July 6th. I haven't vlogged like at all today. I've been sitting in this spot mostly all day. Well, firstly, let me start over. Last night, I set up my new planner and I was up till like 4 a.m. I'm just the type of person who like, I need to sit down and do it. Plus like, I was super inspired to do it, so there's no stopping me. So I was up till 4 a.m. and I got my planner all updated and ready to go. Maybe later today I'll give you guys a full planner flip through. But what I've been doing mostly today, why I've been sitting here, is absolutely awful, terrible administrative work and budgeting. So these are all of our receipts from different expenses for like Lang Productions, like the business, Lang Videography and stuff. So I have to go through all of those. I have been working on Trevor with our monthly budget for July, figuring out our money. It's just a lot more difficult now that I am doing like Lang Videography, basically trying to make it full-time, and then Trevor is doing stuff for my parents now, and so like our budget's changing without his like Cerner income, so we're reevaluating everything, and on top of like setting up a new planner and figuring out where everything is going to go. It's taking some time, so that's what I'm doing today. It's mostly kind of boring administrative work, but I figured I'd still take you guys along. Not a lot of people, maybe I haven't seen videos like this online, so maybe I'll talk about it a little bit, but mostly it's just kind of boring. Going through receipts, writing down values, like putting it into categories, all that kind of fun stuff. So I think I've talked about this a few times on my blog, definitely, I think. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. But I may have mentioned this on the vlog before and I never really went into detail, so I thought now I might go into a little bit more detail. Obviously, it's like taxes and money and like personal information like that, so I can't share a whole lot, but I can give you a little bit of info about what we do. I'm not saying what we do is right. Always talk to a tax professional. We have a tax professional who helps us do our taxes, and we're going to be going to a meeting with them hopefully very soon, which is why I'm trying to like get everything together. Don't take what I say as fact. Talk to a tax professional first, and make sure that you're doing right. But essentially what we do is we save all of our receipts for when we're doing anything for Lang Videography. So whenever we have a wedding, we track our mileage, and then we also track if we go and grab some Taco Bell on the way there, we save that receipt. Obviously things like when I mail out the final copy of their footage and everything like that, I have all the post office receipts. I have receipts from buying like the bubble mailer and the flash drives and everything that you need to buy like that. And then there's other expenses, like for example my computer. It won't all be written off for the business, but a percentage of it can actually be applied like every year to a business cost, because my computer that I own is used for my business. It's what I use to edit my videos, everything like that. So the computer is part of like the Lang Videography business. Now when things get like even bigger and even more professional, someday I hope to have like my own office space whenever we build a house, and then that space will actually be considered part of the business. So I can write off whatever percentage that office is of like our home. I can write off our utilities, our internet, whatever, like take the percentage of those yearly annual bills and figure out what the cost is for that office, because that office is for Lang Videography. It can get really complicated too, because I know that our tax professional last time we met with her had mentioned things like my car. So if I need maintenance on my car, a lot of where I drive is for weddings. I do weddings all over the Midwest. I do a lot in Kansas still. So if my car needs maintenance, then that should be held accountable from the business, because you know, I use that vehicle for the business. So things like that, I'm keeping all of those receipts just in case part of that maintenance will go towards like a business expense. Let me turn you around and show you a little bit. So this is how I do it, and let me move my planner out of the way. It's actually pretty simple, and when we meet with our professional, she might tell us that we need to get a little bit more technical with it. But this little notebook fits inside here. I put it in the back pocket here. I can close this whole thing up with the notebook in it, and I put that into my camera bag and it goes everywhere with me. So what this is I have little categories in here of everything that we have, and then I have all of the receipts. And before I put them into their designated category, I write them down and I associate them to like what they are. So let me show you one. So the first section up at the front is actually gear and supplies. So I have all of this information. So I don't put a whole lot of detail like I started to, but it's just like too small to write. So like this one says Best Buy, $77. And if I really wanted to know like what did I buy and like why am I saying that that's part of the business, I can go in here to like my gear or supplies section. So I actually have two, gear and supplies. I separated out within here. And I can know that it's gear, and I could look in here and pull up like a Best Buy receipt and take a look at what it was that I bought. And so I have all that there. And then what I do is divide each one by wedding or session, because I don't do only weddings. So for example, let's look at a nice one. I don't know, I guess this one's pretty good. I mean, they're all essentially the same. So this is a wedding I did, and I actually did this wedding in Kansas. So on this date, we drove that many miles. So this first section is mileage from Indiana to Kansas. And then we drove this mileage from Kansas to Kansas City because we were staying at some place that wasn't our venue. And then all of like the day of driving. So if their like reception is different, I just put that all into this one mileage number here. So then I have the whole mileage for this whole event right here. Our tax professional might not care about this. She might only care about like, you know, our mileage for the year as a whole. But to me, this makes a lot of sense, separating it by wedding, giving each thing a responsibility. Like, okay, this is the mileage for this event. These are all of the things we bought along the way. So we spent a lot more money than we normally would because we were also like traveling in between here. So we stopped at different places. And then the post office. So how much it costs to like mail out like their stuff in the end. That's basically it here. This one's pretty a lot more simple, but we were in Kansas, so we were still in Kansas after this wedding. So our mileage is only the day of mileage and driving from our location in Kansas to the location we were staying in Kansas. And all of the stuff we spent that day, we went to Circle K, IHOP, and Casey's. So basically breakfast and a little bit of like snack in between. And then the post office expense. And that's all that it is. I have a section back here for YouTube. We currently don't make money off of YouTube, but I still want to track our expenses just in case that there ever were a time we'd have all of that ready to go. It doesn't hurt to write things down. It's really easy. So whenever we did like our mukbang for Pizza Hut, obviously we paid that with our own money, but now I have it written down. So if YouTube does make us money, we can write those sorts of things as expenses. And that's really basically all I do for taxes at the moment. Whenever we have a meeting with our professional, I might walk you guys through that a little bit more if you care. Owning your own business, there's a lot of behind the scenes that you have to do that you don't even think about, that I didn't even think about, that I didn't even know was necessary. All sorts of things you have to track, and I'm honestly like a really organized, like planner driven person, so writing all this stuff down actually makes me feel really happy. I know I could have like an Excel document and everything like that, but this is just so much easier. It's so much more accessible. I have it all the time, and I just write it down really quick, and so I don't mind doing this. Maybe I'll put it into the computer like at the end of the year. I'll just grab my computer and type all of this up if they want like a digital copy of it. But this is really easy. It makes it super simple, and it gives me like all of the details that I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break really quick, watch some YouTube, eat some food, and then I think I will give you guys a little planner tour after this. Hey guys, so I'm literally chilling here on my couch still, so if you see like dog hair or stains or anything, that's why. But I wanted to give you guys a quick flip through. This is that brand new planner you guys saw that I got in Target, in yesterday's vlog. So yeah, I'm really excited to show it off. It's not perfect, but it has a lot of like the elements that I want. I just need to like clean some stuff up. Like I need to get some tabs and that sort of thing. So this is a Day Designer A5 size planner from Target. It has a magnetic like little snap closure, which is actually kind of hard to close right now. But I really like it because it lays flat. It's not too flimsy. Like this is solid structured, and it's very structured when it's like together, but it lays flat. So on the front here I have just shoved some things. So this is a little routine card I made. It's laminated and it's from when I had my pocket planner, and I just slide it right in there. I have some sticky notes, and then I have some business cards, and then over here I have some portfolio, or I guess brochures, showing what I can do with my videography business. I just have a couple in here to remind myself to hang them out, put them up on bulletin boards, that sort of thing. This planner came with this clear zip pocket. It's actually like a really good zip pocket, so I'm very happy with it, and it's kind of functioning as like a protective dashboard right now. So I do have some things in here like my lens cleaning wipes for my glasses and stuff, some extra money just in case, and then I have some pictures here. This is Trevor and I when we got married. This is our dog Sky. And on the back of those pictures I have our cat Grizzle, and then this is Trevor and I's engagement pictures. And then over here I have some personal information and a picture of myself. This is literally the only page that came with the planner that I still have in here. So I printed all of these out. These are all printables I got off of Etsy or other shops around the area, like online around the area other shops online, but this one page right here is the only one that came with this original planner. So it's just an overview of 2019 and 2020. On this side I have more of like a perpetual calendar, so it only goes from July to December. I took out the beginning of the year, and it has birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, things like that. On the back side of that is my goals, and all of this is like lined for if I ever want to write a bucket list. Right now the only thing on my bucket list is to go tubing this summer. And then I have my vision board here. This is one of those things that I need to work on. I just want to laminate it. I think it would be really nice if it was laminated. So I have a laminator at my parents' house. I just have to pull it out and then I can use that. So you can see here I have like sticky notes where I want tabs to be. So I'll have 3 top tabs: month, finances, and home, and then 4 or 5 side tabs. I think I'd like to have a 5th so that way it just fills in this area. But I have link, videography, DigiDandyCo, G&D, and then blog. So I'll get to those. The first one is this top tab for month. Pinned in here I have a whole bunch of daily pages, but I'm not planning on using daily like every day. It's just when I need them. So I have them pinned away on this paper clip, and then the paper clip takes you to the current month. So this is July. I have all of, where does this go? I think this goes till June of 2020 in here. Yeah, so it goes all the way to May and then half of June 2020. And then I have a today tab that flips you to the week. So this will be how I like functionally plan every week. Trevor and I are hopefully gonna have like little family meetings and sit down and go over everything. I'm trying to figure out my color coding system. I have a few different colors here, that sort of thing. But I have this today ruler that came with the planner, and it's just on the current weekly spread. The next tab is finances. Let me go ahead and switch to like an empty month so I can show you, because I do really like this finance planner I found. Here it is. Okay, so it's by Organize with Katie from Etsy, and it's a whole like 64-page planner. And so there's some yearly stuff at the beginning, which unfortunately I can't show you just because it's all filled out, but then it has like monthly sections. So this, for example, is August, and it has a calendar turned sideways for a monthly view. It comes with a monthly plan, which I really like. So you have your budget for your income, expenses, savings, and debt payment. So a very broad, not categorized budget, and then your actual. And then you can put down 3 goals, to-dos, and then a review. So at the end of the month, we can sit down and say what went well, what could we improve on, and we're just taking hold of our finances, which Trevor and I have never really done before. On top of having a monthly breakdown, it also has a weekly breakdown. There's an expense sheet in here. This isn't actually from this kit, but that kit does have an expense sheet. This is just the 8 Lotus one that I liked the look of a little better. And then it has the actual budget section where you can put down your fixed expenses, your other expenses, and you know what a budget is. But yeah, this is really, really cool. I really like it. So then we have those pages for every single month. Honestly, I really wish I could show you. I don't have anything in here I think that is like what I can show you. Yeah, but it has like savings goal things and all sorts of like information for debt repayment and all that kind of stuff in like the yearly section. So I'm really loving this little finance portion right here. if you are like big into finance, I would recommend getting this, and you could literally just make your own like planner just with finance stuff, because this is gonna be, little section's gonna be so helpful for Trevor and I. The last top tab here is home. I need to make like a sheet that says home. You can see here how like that one is like the budget planner sheet. This one, it says this month. I want to make one that says home, but I haven't done that yet. So this is for any home planning. So obviously Trevor and I will sit down and go over our weekly schedule together, but this is a 1 page on a week. And so on the left hand side here we have room to put our meal plan, where you would normally like put a schedule. We have goals as a family, so we have 3 goals we'll pick each week. Any to-dos to do as a family, not personal to-dos, just family to-dos. A memo, and then at the bottom is a habit tracker, and I'm not entirely sure how we'll use that, but this is mostly, the big section of this is like our meal planning, and then just kind of like coming together as a family and setting goals for ourselves each week. That's it in the home section. I'm sure the home section will grow as we figure out what we need from it. And then all of these side tabs are what I would call like my projects. These are all pieces of what I do on a daily basis. A lot of these bring me income, so it's just crucial that I have this sort of stuff in my planner. So the first section is Lang videography. I can't show you this, but this first page right here is an overview of just like the business itself. So it has information about the bank information, things that are tax deductible, so that way I always remember all of the equipment I own, so I can keep track of it and keep track of like the payments, if I have any payments on that sort of thing. Just an overview of the business. If I were to like sit down with my tax lady and flip to this page, I could quickly explain to her what Lang videography is, what it costs me, and what I plan to like make of it. This is exactly what it is. So it's the note pages on the left and then a project planner on the right. And this project planner is from 8 Lotus. And in the project name, I just put the name of my client. The objective is like what we're doing. So if we're doing a mommy and me session or an 8-hour wedding or whatever the event is. There's a spot for brainstorming, which I just put all kinds of notes, and a spot for details where I put their phone number, the time, the location, all of that. And then the last half is all the tasks, which I really like, because let's flip to one that you can see, but like maybe I can cover up everything. Oh, this one's not bad. Okay, I don't have any phone numbers on this, so that's not that big of a deal. Okay, so this is for a family session that I'm doing, and I have all of the tasks down here so you can see, and then I have all of the due dates, because I try to hit everything on a certain due date, because that way I can get to my final destination of when I committed to everything being due by breaking down the due dates of my tasks. So I really like this project planner, and that's all that section is. My next section is DigiDanico, which has kind of been put on the back burner, but I'm hoping with this planner I can bring it forward again and do all of that. So DigiDanico here is only just a monthly overview page, so just what I plan on doing, and then back here I have some notes pages for like release ideas or just any ideas I need to scribble down. G&D Enterprises is my family's business, which I work for as well. All I have back here is note pages just in case. And then our blog, my blog and our vlog, I put in just an overview 2-page calendar spread so I can look at what's going on, just like DigiDanico, and blog ideas. Should probably cover that up so you guys can't spoil all the goodies to come. So it has blog ideas here and just more notes pages as well. And that's the end of it. So it has a page lifter and this nice little tearaway notebook that is already hole punched, so if I want to put it in there. What I did today, my tasks, my planner, everything like that, you know, my tax stuff, it was a very administrative day, and so this is mostly all I did all day today. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was kind of cool, kind of informative, kind of fun to see, you know, the behind the scenes like desk work type stuff where I just sit on the couch all day. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow us on Facebook. It'll all be linked in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Boop! Here we go!